thank you so much for taking the time to get all the way through our website. And this last page is just a little bit about myself and what we represent. And so, really, here we only have two jobs. Job number one is to help people save money on debt, taxes, and insurance. The money we help them save, we help them invest. And job number two, we hire people on a part time or a full time basis to help teach this same information. And so, if this is something that speaks to you, or you feel called to more, or you're in a season of life where you want to make extra money, this this could be for you. Or maybe if it's for somebody you know, let them know. And feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you get licensed with this stuff. But just a little bit more about my background. I've spent the past 5 years of my life. I'm 23 right now, so ever since I was 18, I've dedicated my life to studying this stuff. And at this point, I'm completely licensed with the Securities Exchange Commission with my 6 and 63 NSIE. And I'm also licensed with the state with life insurance and annuities, and variable annuities as well. And so, but just to kind of, but to give a deeper look into my background, while COVID was happening and quarantine was going on, lockdown was happening and stuff like that, I was not allowed to leave my house. Like my family was super strict on the lockdown, and they would not let me exit the facility. And so I was cooped up in my room for the better part of a year and a couple of months. And so what I did with my time, really, I mean, I was doing Mount Sac. I was at Mount Sac online, so I was doing online classes for that. But in my spare time, I was watching Dave Ramsey on YouTube, and I remember it was one of the. I figured I would just use my time wisely and learn about money, and so I went on YouTube, looked up finance videos, and I came across Dave Ramsey, and the first video that popped up was life insurance. And so I clicked on it, and I figured, hey, you know what? I needed to learn about this at some point in my life. I might as well use the time to learn about it right now. And so I remember I watched the videos, and I was enamored with how passionate Dave Ramsey was about taking down whole life insurance and how much of a scam it actually is. And so, I watched that a lot, and I would watch him uh, debate these people like voraciously, like with a passion. He would just go after these whole life agents and, pick apart these products and save people from this type of situation. And I thought to myself, and he would help, he would obviously help people get out of debt and stuff like that too. And he did this all over his talk show. And I thought to myself, I would really do this for free. I think that there's no better feeling on planet Earth than taking somebody from a situation where they just feel hopeless and they don't know what to do. They just feel like the pressures of the world are just weighing down on their chest, and they just feel imprisoned by money. And a year and a half later, after quarantine lifted, that's when I actually got started with PFS Investments and insurance is through my buddy Max Alonso. We met at a party, we rubbed elbows, and he was like, hey, you should come to my house. I'm having a party next week. This is like 3-4 years ago. And I remember I went, and his neighborhood was just like beautiful, like mansions, literally like just Mongol houses right at the top in Ranch Cucamonga. And I remember I walked in his house, and I was like, dude, like, as long as your dad isn't selling drugs for the cartel to minors, I'm working with him and you. Whatever you guys do, I'm in. As long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, I'm in. And so I remember it, he gave me his dad's contact. The next day, I remember I was working at Raw Sushi at the time in Chino Hills. I was on my lunch break, and I was picking out classes for Mount Sac and stuff. And I remember he calls me while I'm on my 30-minute lunch break. And he was pretty much just explaining A to Z how he built his financial services business from the age of 21 to 28. And by the time he was 28 years old, he was cash flowing 500 grand, and he had saved his first $1 million. And from that point forward, I just knew. I was like, okay, I mean, this is something, first of all, that I'm extremely passionate about, but it also has a level of scalability that I haven't seen anywhere else. And so that's just a little bit about my history and where I come from. So again, thank you so much for stopping by our website, and I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I did creating it. God bless.